Hey everyone, happy Friday. Just wanted to hop on and do a little nursing school week 3 debrief with you guys. So this week was the week of my first exam and then also my first skills check off for my foundations class. So the skills check off was related to PPE and sterile fields, which I know I posted a video on earlier this week. If you do watch that video, just make sure that you listen to it, because there were a couple mistakes that I made because of the amount of space that I had. Like I had to reach over my sterile field and touch the edge of a couple things. So just make sure you're listening to that and reading the caption if that's something you're using to study, because I did make some mistakes that will probably make you fail if you follow that. So just make sure that if you do use that, you keep that in mind. And then I had my first exam too. So both went really well. I passed both, got an A on my exam, which I was really happy with, and overall have just been getting into the groove of kind of balancing it all. I do think, like I mentioned in a previous video, pre-doing a lot of assignments at the beginning of the semester is starting to pay off. And then I have also been adding to my Quizlets and my note cards in real time after each class, and trying to just click through those a couple times a day if possible, or at least a couple times a week, so that when it does come time to study, I found, like, for my first exam, I wasn't having to cram the night before, which was really nice to go in and be like, wow, I actually know most of this. Let's just figure out my weak areas and really focus in on those. So we'll see if that continues to work. I do have a pharmacology exam next week, which is a little different. So I went to a study session for that this week, which was super helpful, and I'm going to go home and study some more. I have a couple more flashcards I need to make. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it goes well. The school that I go to does offer quite a few different like group study sessions that I've been taking advantage of that I think are super helpful. I think that those are definitely great things to look into and ask about when you're looking into schools, if you are wanting to go back to nursing, about like the resources they offer for their students, because they're all free for me and they've all been super helpful. And overall I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling less stressed than I was when I left my corporate job, which is kind of crazy with the amount of content we're going over. It is a ton of content, but I do think if you stay on top of it, at least with where I'm at now, it's manageable. I'm sure people are going to comment and be like, just wait, it's going to get terrible. But I do think like really prioritizing, staying on top of things, and time management, looking ahead to see what's coming up to make sure that you're kind of planning for that. Not only studying for, the exam you have next week, but the one you have the week after that too. That is going to help take some of the stress off. And overall I'm still feeling so much better than I was even like the last few weeks of my old job, stress wise. So I'm hoping that that continues. I think I've finally gotten my system down as far as like what I'm carrying in my backpack all the time, what I need with me, stuff like that. So if you guys want to see any updates on that, let me know. And just kind of like getting into my flow on how I'm getting things done and prioritizing tasks. That's a wrap for nursing school week 3, and we will see what week 4 holds.